Jamaican confident in Ewan Blake ahead of 200-meter race. News and details right after this. Now the news in detail. The National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, has invited the National Workers Union, NWU, to a meeting on Tuesday after it was served with a 72-hour strike notice on behalf of disgruntled sanitation workers. The workers, commonly known as sidemen, are reportedly restive over the delay in the NSWMA responding to a number of issues affecting them. The meeting is scheduled for 9 a.m. In the notice Monday, NWU Assistant Island Supervisor Dex Roy Martin said the union has been trying for more than 7 months to get to the management of the NSWMA to the table to discuss the concerns of the sanitation workers. A flexi-week arrangement, which Mr. Martin said has made the employees worst off and inadequate safety gear and equipment, are among the 10 complaints outlined in the letter to the NSWMA. Mr. Martin said the lack of equipment has meant the sidemen are working in hazardous conditions and doing so without the adequate compensation that is required. He noted that the NSWMA has also admitted that there has been a series of irregularities in the salaries of workers marked by a fluctuation in their pay. No pension plan and the reduction in the number of work days are to also be discussed at the meeting. Investigators are probing the disappearance of a 24-year-old Donnelly Donaldson after reviewing evidentiary material gathered over the weekend. Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, head of the Jamaica Constabulary Forces Corporate Communications Unit, said that there will be an update to the public once this process is completed. Senior investigators from the St. Andrew Central Police Division, along with members of the Communication, Forensic and Cybercrime Division and scenes of crime detectives, are involved in the probe. Ms. Donaldson's family reported that she was last seen on Monday when she left home with her boyfriend, who is a policeman. She was reported missing on Wednesday evening. SSP Lindsay said the police are in contact with the person of interest in the case, insisting no one has left the island in relation to this matter. She said investigators have been updating Ms. Donaldson's family on the progress of the investigation. A $500,000 reward is being offered by Ms. Donaldson's family for information on her disappearance. Meanwhile, 2 policemen attached to the Constant Spring Police Station in St. Andrew have been arrested, and a third is being sought following the murder of a Tyler on a Saturday morning in Red Hills in the parish. They were detained hours after the killing that has been linked to an alleged bribery deal. Assistant Commissioner of the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, Hamish Campbell, confirmed the development in what he said was a complex investigation. INDECOM is the state's chief police oversight body. The dead man has been identified as a 49-year-old Philip Wallace of a Green Glide Close address in St. Andrew. About 10:41 a.m. Saturday, Wallace was reportedly standing in the community when a white Toyota Axio motor car drove up. 3 men alighted from the vehicle and opened fire on Wallace, reports say. A woman was also shot, escaped. Rather, a woman who was also shot at escaped without injury. The cops at the center of the saga reportedly requested $100,000 from Wallace following a raid a few days early in return for him not to be prosecuted. A sum was allegedly provided by the police, but the police demanded more. A report was made to the Constant Spring police station, and a corruption probe opened against the cops. A third cop has been seen or heard. A third cop has not been seen or heard from since, and it is believed he may have departed the island. The Major Investigation Division and the Professional Standards Oversight Bureau of the Jamaica Constabulary Force are also probing the matter. It's now time for Suncity Street Beat. The Suncity Street Beat is a feature that allows the people of St. Catherine to voice their views while keeping the Suncity team on the pulse of news. We went into some St. Catherine communities to let the residents voice their views on if they think Johan Blake should show up for the men's 200-meter race following his failure in the men's 100-meter over the weekend. And here's what the residents have to say.
Yeah, age cannot be a factor. It should be how well they have the ability to run the race. If their coach feels that despite their age, they have the ability to do the race, allow them.
Johan Blake, as I said, if his coach is able or seem as fit as he can to run the race, why not let him run the race? Because him have a confidence in himself. Same way, I say even him age, him still can do it. So give him a break and make him get to do it, because him knows him can do it and him feel himself him can do it. Let's go for it.
Well, he's actually trained for the event. I think he's very much prepared. The winning the race is dependent on the last second or the minute the gun goes off.
Johan Blake make a fast start the last time. I show that he will defend back the title later on from this straight Jamaica. Like how Sheldon Rizzo and Elaine Thompson 1, 2, 3 last night, hope we can get his goal in the cabinet. Definitely.
I think Johan is still competitive, but probably I think he needs to work on his form and how he came out of it, because he was rocking the whole way. But he's not too old.
You're listening to the evening news on Suncity 104.9 FM. The time is now 5:10 p.m. Continuing the stories with news in the region. 2 Venezuelan girls in Trinidad who said they were part of a group that included 12 others were rescued from a prostitution ring on the weekend. They were freed after Venezuelan activist Yesenia Gonzalez reached out to the Trinidad police for help after assisting the teen girls aged 16 and 17, one of whom had been kidnapped 6 months ago. Gonzalez was able to effect the rescue around 4 a.m. on Saturday in a bushy area in Canipia, where the girls were found half naked and barefoot. The 6-year-old bore bruises all over her body as she was beaten by her handler, who's from Dominican Republic. The 17-year-old also came to Trinidad 6 months ago with the younger one and managed to avoid a similar fate after escaping her captors. She was able to contact people who she knew locally, and they helped her, but she kept searching for the other girl who was being abused and trafficked. In international news, a man who was exonerated last year in the 1965 assassination of Malcolm X, has filed a $40 million lawsuit against New York City for the 2 decades he spent in prison for notorious crime he did not commit. Lawyers for 84-year-old Mohammed Aziz filed the lawsuit Thursday in federal court in Brooklyn over Aziz's wrongful conviction in the murder of Malcolm X, the civil rights leader who urged black people to seek justice by any means necessary. An additional complaint was filed on behalf of the estate of Khalil Islam, a second man who was wrongfully convicted in the assassination. You're listening to the evening news right here on Suncity 104.9 FM. We'll have sports right after this. News and sports, along with Blake Akeem Bloomfield and Rashid Dwyer, are also to contest the men's 200 meter, slated for 7:05 local time. Blake will be in Heat 5, running out of lane 3, and will face 100 meter champion from the U.S. Fred Curley. Other events scheduled for tonight with Jamaican participation include the women's triple jump final with 3 Jamaican women lined up and the women's 200 meter heats. In Forex trading news for Monday, July 18, 2022, the US dollar ended the day being sold for $152.77. The Canadian closed the trading day at $117.44. The pound sterling will start the trading day on Tuesday, July 19, at $182.48. That's it for the news update from the Suncity News Center here on 104.9 FM. Please remember to follow us on all our socials. For Instagram and Twitter, look for us at Suncity104.9 FM and Facebook at Suncity Radio 104.9 FM. Stay tuned for the Heatwave show right here on Suncity Radio.